Hey, Stacey David here with the Tales of a Gearhead Podcast. Now, what is this? Well, it's a podcast that covers everything automotive, everything mechanical, everything that's just cool about the automotive lifestyle. And since that's just about everything, you're going to love it.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Cornwell Tools.
Let's get rolling. All right, we are up at the IOLA car show, and we have run across somebody that you're going to want to hear from. This is Heather Storm. Now, if you're wondering who she is, if you've seen the show Garage Squad, you know who she is. If not, you're about to find out about her a little bit and get to know her. So, Heather, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Super happy to be here. It's been a great show so far.
Yes, you've been busy.
I have been. Yeah. You have as well.
Oh, yeah. It's been. If you haven't been to the show, guys, you got to come up and see it. It is one of the most amazing shows out there. Okay, let's talk about Garage Squad.
All right.
How long were you on it? How did you get? I mean, tell me.
4 seasons, 45 episodes.
That's awesome.
48 cars.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did a lot. And, you know, Garage Squad, for people who don't know about it, aren't familiar with the show, it's a car rescue, not a restoration. And that's an important distinction.
Big difference.
Yeah, because we're not building $100,000, $200,000 cars. We had $8,000 per build. That's it.
That's nothing.
So it's basically getting them up and running and getting them out on the street again and driving.
Okay, in those 4 seasons, and I know you get this question all the time, did you have a favorite car or two that you worked on that you liked? There had to be one or two that kind of hung out.
Everyone that I got to test drive became my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, you're that one. And you test drove them all.
No, because we had to switch. So it was Bruno, Joe, and I, and we had to switch off on who got to test drive. And we would sometimes fight over the ones that we wanted to test drive. And I would get mad at Joe because he wanted all the trucks and everything. I'm like, women can test drive the trucks too.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And I've known Bruno for years.
Oh,
so
you do?
He was great to work with.
He was a great guy. Yeah. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable.
Yes. Okay, so everybody wonders, okay, you're a car girl, obviously. How did you grow up? How did you become a car girl? Did you just decide one day, or did your dad or your mom or a boyfriend? How did you get into cars?
It's a great question. It wasn't on purpose necessarily.
Yeah,
it
never is.
No, it's just a part of growing up in the family I did. My dad was very into vehicles. He always had different cars that he was working on.
Okay, what was his favorite? What did he like?
He had an El Camino that I remember.
Oh, he's an El Camino guy.
Yeah. No, not always, but I just remember this one specific El Camino that I hated.
Yeah, my wife hates El Caminos too. So.
And he pulled up when I was in school. I think I was like, it was elementary school, maybe. I don't remember exactly my age, 4th grade or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I forget what car we had before, but like a normal modern car, right? And then he pulled up in this El Camino, and like I didn't even notice that he was there to pick me up because I wasn't looking for that vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's beeping, and I'm like, what? He's like, look, what is this car? He's like, it's our new car. I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh, yeah. So you hated it. Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't like it at first, but then we got to ride in the back a lot of that car. And I have to say that was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when you could.
Ride.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And it was
exactly.
Okay. So you're known for a Mustang, correct?
I have a 65 Mustang Coupe. It's 289 engine, and I love that car.
Okay. Why a Mustang? Why not a Camaro? Why not a Firebird? Why not a Roadrunner? What about the Mustang?
Good question. For me, the Mustang speaks all Americana. There's nothing more American to me.
All the Camaro guys are like, well, whoa,
I know, but to me, that's for me. Everybody's preference is different,
right?
Right. So that's the great thing about cars. There's something for everybody. And for me, it's just, I just was gravitated towards it, right? So when I decided, I'm like, I really want a Mustang. And there's other reasons than just being gravitated in all Americana. It's because it's an actually fairly easy car to work on and get parts for. So as far as having a car for myself that I was like, okay, I can feel comfortable working on this. I can get parts easily. They're not going to cost a fortune. They're easy to source. All of those factors came in. And when I drove the Mustang, I drove a few before I actually purchased my exact one.
Yeah.
And they were fine. But then when I got in the one that I bought, I just knew instantly that was the car.
Okay. Stick or automatic?
It's an automatic.
It's
but
an
I
automatic.
can drive a stick. But I can drive a stick. I hear it already. I can drive a manual.
Yeah, well, good. As long as you can drive one.
I proved that on Garage Squad. I think I forget what year of the bug we did, but then I got to test drive that. And that was actually the car that I learned to drive a stick on when I was a kid. So I was like, I have to drive this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think everybody learned on a bug. If you didn't, you missed out. Okay. So now you do some things where you drive around the nation. You do these things. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So
so you don't just leave the car in the garage and drive it on the weekends.
No.
You do some trips. Let's talk about that.
To me, cars are meant to be driven.
Okay,
you know?
good.
You got to take care of them, but they're meant to be driven.
Yeah.
And so the idea for me of the Mustang, when I was working on Garage Squad, we were often shooting in these rural areas.
Yeah.
And I started just discovering different things about small towns and just saying, oh, you know, this is a cool little place in the small town. I would have never thought this. I would have never driven through here if we weren't here. And so when I bought the Mustang, I thought, you know what I really want to do is I want to drive to different small towns across America and kind of get like a little slice and flavor of each town and kind of get that feeling. Why is it special?
That's awesome.
Who are the people? What's going on here? And I just noticed that when I have the classic car driving, it's so much through a small town. It's so much different than when you have a modern car, right?
Oh yeah. People gravitate.
Yeah, and I feel happier too. I'm driving and getting this nostalgia.
Everybody's looking at you.
Yeah, they're like, this is so fun. And then they stop and they're like, what year is that? And it just creates this good feeling and community feeling. And it kind of brought me back to an era I never even lived in, right? But it just felt really good for me. And so ended up doing a YouTube series called Drive Yourself Local that I created, which is basically me and my Mustang driving through small town America. And each episode is a different small town.
Now, are you still doing that?
Yep, still looking. Yeah, and still doing it. I'm trying to get more funding always. So anyone listening?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's a great thing. Are you thinking about writing books or anything? Are you taking photographs as well?
Yeah, taking photographs
the coffee
as
table
well.
book,
Yeah, you are on the right track. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah.
The storm front with Heather, that kind of thing.
I need a photographer with me to really take those really
I'm
good
sure
photos.
You get a lot of people that would.
They'll volunteer.
Yeah, they'll volunteer. They won't be taking pictures.
They'll volunteer to be my co-pilot.
Yes, the co-pilot. Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned something. We'll go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You said you like to experience the culture in these small towns, the food, that kind of thing. I notice you're kind of a food and drink connoisseur.
I am.
Let's talk about that because car guys love that stuff.
Do they?
Oh, yes.
I call myself a connoisseur or a food snob at times, but I really gravitate towards good, fresh food. Okay. Fresh, healthy, and also the same with cocktails.
You got to clarify fresh, healthy food. What is that? Because a lot of people just thought you said Taco Bell.
Wait a second. How does that translate?
So when you say healthy food, you're talking about like natural vegetables, things like that, raw foods, live foods, that kind of things.
I'm a believer in
probiotics,
food.
all this stuff.
Food fuels your body.
Absolutely.
Okay, we are exactly what we eat. Every cell that makes up our body is made from the food we eat.
Yeah.
And so I can feel the difference when I eat food that fuels my body versus junk food and how crappy I feel. And that's all it takes for me. I want to feel good. I want to spread good energy. I want to spread good vibes. And the food I eat helps me do that. So for me, it's really important. It's an extension of myself.
Yes, that's very good. Yeah. Car guys need to do that, and they need to think more about that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are falling dead because of heart attacks because they're eating Taco Bell all the time.
I do see a really weak spot when it comes to our food. And so for me, I just want to feel good. I want to spread good energy. So I like to eat lots of vegetables, lots of healthy food. I don't eat fried food and things like that. But I do choose my poison when it comes to some wine or things. So, I like to, it's not that I don't imbibe in some things, but the food part, that's for me is healthy. But when it comes to wine, I really like my wine.
Okay. So what kind of wines do you like?
Well, I fell in love with Pinot Noirs when I was in school in Oregon. Okay. And for people that maybe have watched Sideways, that maybe turned them on to Pinot Noirs because everyone was drinking Merlot before that. But for me, it's also really about, again, sustainable organic wines and European wines. It's a craft.
Yeah, it is a craft.
It's a craft. And when people are really into it and passionate about it, it's just the same like anything that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm drawn towards people who are passionate about things in general.
Yeah.
So wine for me, when you go to a vineyard, they're like, oh, these are the grapes. We transplanted them from Europe and they're old vines. And it draws me in.
So the big question is, are you sampling the wine as you're driving the Mustang?
Oh, no.
Everybody wants to know that. It's like, is she drinking that wine?
Not while I'm driving the Mustang, usually.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the places, I did actually stop in one of my episodes in Momence, Illinois, and did some Illinois wine tasting. And this is the fun thing about small town America.
I didn't know they had wine in Illinois.
Exactly, Stacey. You didn't even, and I didn't either. So when I stopped in here, she said, oh, we serve all Illinois wine. So in that case, yes, I did drive my Mustang to Moments, and then I sampled some tastings. Just as tastings, and I got to try all the different Illinois wines. So it was just really enlightening and educational, and I really enjoy that.
Okay, same question about the wines as about the show. Is there one wine that you discovered in some small town that totally blew you away, that stands out to this day that you're like, I'm going to go back and buy some of that?
Not yet.
Not yet. So you're still looking.
I'm still looking. I'm on the mission. Anyone wants to volunteer their winery to me?
If you have a vineyard or a classic car thing, Heather is looking. That's awesome. How do people find you?
So people can find me on my website, heatherstorm.com.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube, Heather Storm, Facebook, Heather Storm TV, Instagram, Heather Storm LA.
All right.
So you can follow me on any of those places, and I'm sharing everything that I'm doing up to date. Lots of pictures from the IOLA car show will be there. You and I have taken some pictures together.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of good stuff on there.
Sounds good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
You know, I got a question for you out there. If you're working in your shop, what kind of tools are you using? Now, you're probably going to go, well, whatever I got cheap, man. Are you kidding? Well, and that's the problem because, listen, we all grew up working with cheap tools. And my first set of tools, my dad got them at Kmart, got them for Christmas. And I used those things until there was nothing left. But that's all we had at the time. But as soon as I could, I started investing in good tools. And the reason, it's not because you want to show them off to people, even though that's okay. It's because they allow you to do quality work. And there is nothing more frustrating. I have talked to gearheads all across the nation, around the world actually, and one of the biggest frustrations they have is either not having the right tool or breaking the tool they were using or having something strip or break or something, and almost every time it's because they don't have the right tool or they're not using a quality tool. So if you are into this, like I hope you are, you need to get some good tools, and that's where Cornwell Tools comes in. They're America's oldest tool manufacturer. They're still American made. I think that if you are going to build some stuff, if you invest in a good set of tools right off the top, you don't have to get everything, but just get yourself a nice set of hand tools and work from there. You will never regret it. And you can pass them down to your grandkids or whatever if you want to. But most car guys want to hold on to their tools as long as they can. Anyway, if you get a chance, check out Cornwell Tools. You will not be disappointed.
You know, one of the cool things about being in the automotive industry is you meet the coolest people when you're out around. You drive around in a classic car, and you're going to meet some cool people. And I have run into a really cool couple here. You guys know who they are. It's Emily and Aaron Reeves from Flying Sparks Garage.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and you guys have a huge following and stuff. So let's talk about how you got into cars. Aaron, did you start this? Emily,
Yeah.
which one of you started
I
it?
absolutely started it.
Okay.
I don't think I meant to, but Emily and I got
That's a
together.
likely story.
Yeah, Emily and I got together when I was 17 years old, and I'll let her tell how old she was if she wants to.
Yeah.
But we
Just
were
a few years
we were
ago.
kids, and but funny thing is, we actually used to watch you on Saturday mornings at her parents' house.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we now have a C10 and an early Bronco, probably inspired by you.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
we
that's
used to sit
awesome,
down
man.
and watch that, and of course we were reading the Hot Rod magazine and all
Oh, yeah.
that stuff. And she learned pretty quickly on, if she wanted to spend time with me, it was going to be out working on my stuff,
Okay.
because I was just ate up with it. You know,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
17 years old. I come
Yeah.
from a
Couldn't help
mechanic family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an addiction. I couldn't get away from it. So she chose to join that with me. And over the years, we have just had so much fun in this world.
Okay. Now, did you grow up with cars, Emily, or what?
So my grandfather was always into little sports cars, and my
Oh.
mom and her sisters drove MG midgets in high school. So there was a
Wow.
little bit of car vibe in my family,
Okay.
but nobody that I grew up with or worked with worked on cars.
Okay.
So I never had a wrench in my hand till I met Aaron.
Okay.
And being in the shop with him, starting when I was a teenager, that's where I learned my passion for cars.
Okay. So you enjoy working on them.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 years old was the first time we built an engine together, and it
Yeah.
was for his 69 Camaro. And he did one head and I did the other.
Yeah.
And I was hooked after we hit the key on that car and took it for a drive. So I was like, I don't know any other girls that have helped build an engine like,
Yeah.
"Man, this is badass."
Okay. So what is it about that hands-on thing that attracted you? I mean, because a lot of girls are like, I don't get it. It's like, it's a guy thing, kind of like guys with cooking. It's like, I don't care about that.
Yep.
But so what was it that attracted you about working with the mechanical stuff?
You know, I think it's the sense of accomplishment of
Yeah.
working with all these parts. You look at all
Yeah.
these parts, like we're torquing the head bolts, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm looking at these valves, and I know that the valves have springs there, and I'm looking at all that stuff because I saw him build the heads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does this even make a car move?
Yeah.
And just watching him build that engine, it all made sense to me. I see
Yeah.
the pistons, I see the spark plug makes the fire, and then there's an explosion. And when we hit the key on that car, and I was
Yeah.
like, I helped put this engine together.
Yeah,
Like,
and it runs.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it sparked something in me where I was like, this is so cool. And I can't wait to do more of this.
Yeah.
And now it's been 25 years that we've been doing it. And we started our channel in 2015. So it's already been 10 years since we've been YouTubers
Yeah.
and building stuff
Okay.
together.
Whose idea was it to do the YouTube thing?
Well, oddly enough, Aaron had experience with YouTube before
Yeah.
we
Really?
did our channel
Yeah,
together.
So I
Yeah.
started YouTube doing diesel swaps and Jeeps,
Okay.
and I didn't stick with it, but I got
Sure.
enough success to know that it was going to be something.
Yeah.
And so Emily's history is modeling and acting,
Okay.
and my history is 18-wheelers.
Okay.
So I'm fourth generation engine.
Wow,
builder.
that's quite a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we reached a point with Emily's modeling as she started to age and
Yeah.
the market started to change, that the next step was going to be getting more serious about acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that takes place in California,
Absolutely.
and we just didn't have an interest in that.
Yeah.
So we kind of looked around, took inventory of our assets, what we were good at and what we weren't, and decided, we can merge these two things, try the YouTube thing out.
Yeah.
And if it goes well, we can have a pretty good life and make a decent living.
Yeah. And has it been going well? I mean, you've been
Excellent.
doing it 10 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it 7 years, nights and weekends.
Yeah.
And then about 3-4-ish years ago, we went full time. And so
Okay.
this is all we do now.
Okay. So now over the last 3 or 4 years, YouTube has changed a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you stay on top of it? How do you keep
A
things?
lot of hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
There's no straight way to do it. I mean, there's
Right.
no rule book. So how do you just
Right.
keep checking? You keep
It is
doing
a lot
things?
of diligence.
Yeah.
Honestly, we think of it as like 3 full-time jobs that we each work, because
Mm-hmm.
there's the wrenching on stuff, which is a whole job, and then filming ourselves. We don't have a camera guy. We pretty much just use our tripods and film
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other. And then after hours, I'm editing.
Yeah.
So like that is a whole nother big job. And
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
it
you do
takes
the
a
editing.
ton- Yes, sir.
Now,
Yeah.
do you do any of the editing?
I
or
don't
not?
do any editing.
Okay, so you're
I-
working on cars.
Yep.
Now, did you guys actually? We'll get back to what you were saying right
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Do you guys actually have a shop where you do customers' cars?
We do not.
Okay,
No.
you're smart.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's all for the YouTube channel, right?
Right. So I spent
Yeah.
20 years building engines for other people.
Yeah.
And it was very good to me.
Yeah.
We made a good living and it was great, but I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on their timeline, and specifically
Yeah.
working on trucks. They're leaving my shop at midnight going to New York.
Yeah.
There's not much sleep that happens.
No.
You're concerned about that person's stress, because as good as you may be,
Yeah.
mistakes happen. Sometimes parts are bad.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of stress I just don't want.
Okay. So now back to what you were saying. Do you get a chance to go out and work with him in the shop, or do you get stuck doing all of the financials and the editing
Right.
and this and that? Are you
So-
guys able to pass that off a little bit?
So
or-
that's a great question, because we do all the wrenching together.
yeah.
So it's a pretty much like 9 to 5. We'll work in the shop together, wrenching on whatever project we're working on together. My hands are dirty, his hands are dirty. We're doing the same things. And then his part of the business that I don't do is ordering parts and
Yeah.
assembling the builds. Like he'll get the
Yeah.
build together and he'll be like, we want to do this exhaust system. We want to do this unique element to the build. All of the things that require like research and
Mhm.
the parts finding, because we do a lot of unique swaps where you got to
Oh,
get
yeah.
a part from this year model, and you know how it goes.
Oh, absolutely.
So he
Yeah.
does all that I don't do. And then what I do that he doesn't do is the editing.
Yeah.
And then all of the brand deals. We love working with companies
Mhm.
that we use their parts and components. So
Yeah.
I'll take CRC, for example. We
Yeah.
use Brake Clean for everything.
Yeah.
And so we've worked with CRC for like 5 years. So there are, when you work with big companies, there are contracts and
Oh, yeah,
deliverables and all of.
And do you do the contracts?
Yes, sir.
Because my wife Catherine does all of our contracts.
Yes, yeah.
Although I'm involved with them
Mhm.
because they want to know what content they're getting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a two-person thing.
It
Mhm.
is. And, we actually hired an assistant to
Yeah.
help me with deliverables, because we have
You got it.
8 contracts this year for annual brand deals with
Yeah.
companies. So some of them want quarterly impression reports. Some of them want
Yeah.
monthly. So I have a close friend of mine that we hired, and she is our full-time employee. And
Yeah.
she helps me with contracts. And and deliverables and helps us manage our accounts. And
Yeah.
so that's helped a lot. Like all the adulting that we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about because we're able to delegate that.
She's the
Yeah.
boss, and we call her and say, "What are we doing today?"
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so you started up, you're very grassroots, very family oriented, fun thing. You guys doing this great thing. And then all of a sudden, here's a sponsor, CRC, and all of your followers are like, you sold out.
Yeah.
Right.
You hear that.
Oh, sure. How do you deal with that? Because it is part of that. Listen, you take the sponsorships off the race cars, there are no race cars.
Right.
So people understand that. But for some reason, on YouTube, people think that it's all free and I should see no sponsors and no
Right.
commercials.
Yeah, we
So
got that a
how
lot.
do you work that deal?
So we got that a lot early on, and I think over time, it feels like we've just educated our audience into accepting that, hey, we can't do this without these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So not only watch their commercial, please go buy their stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's what's making this possible. And over time, 10 years of it,
Yeah.
our audience in the comment section is always thanking the sponsors. Thank you so much for making this video. And so I think it's the energy that we carry into it and the message that we give to our audience, they reciprocate that to us.
Yeah.
But early on, yes, it was.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the approaches when I first started doing trucks and then on into gears. We always did a how-to show, not a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
We never, I hate reality type stuff.
We
It's
do
not
too.
Yeah. It's a how-to show. We show people how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that involves showing the proper products
Yes.
and the proper tools and what the aftermarket is, because we support the aftermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And so once people realize, it's like, listen, I use this stuff. This will help you do your project.
Yep.
Now they understand. And then you get that reputation of like, well, if he uses it or if she uses it, it must be good. Because I don't put anything on the show that I don't use
Right.
personally.
Exactly. That's the key right there.
And I have turned down a lot of people
Oh yeah. Us
that
too.
have come in and said, listen, we'll just take our business elsewhere. And I'm like, I'm sure they'll do a good job for you.
Yep.
That's great. We just don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
Same for
but
us.
that's difficult, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially there's so many advertisers that want to advertise on YouTube. Their mattresses, their fit tea, their this and that.
Mhm.
And we've really struggled with that because this is what we do for our living.
Yeah.
We'd rather work with companies where we can authentically integrate all of the things that we naturally use.
Yeah.
And those people have their marketing dollars that they have a choice of where they're spending it. And that's what we try to tell the audience is support companies that support creators that you love. Because it's huge that companies like Peak Auto and O'Reilly Auto Parts and CRC and all these companies can spend money with real people.
Yeah.
Doing real projects, showing how they learn, showing their mistakes. CRC loves that we're real people and we show our mistakes and we do things wrong and we're like, oh, we found out we installed this bracket backwards, or we cranked this up and this was wrong, or they love that we're real.
Yeah.
We don't have to be experts. We don't have to be perfect and refined. And so that's just really special. And I feel like the audience appreciates that we're real. And so for them to see companies support us in our realness, in our rawness, it's special. And it ends up translating really well. And companies just report back like, this is awesome. People are using the link. People are doing the things and sending us emails saying thank you. And it's just really special.
Yeah.
The way marketing has changed is pretty remarkable.
Oh, and it continues to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you choose the projects?
We choose it's just what
I
pops in my
like
head.
this. I want to do a DeLorean. I'm going to do a
whatever's
DeLorean.
on Marketplace that I'm like, ooh, I like that.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that question all the time. And it's just the one thing that I've learned over the years that if I don't like it, chances are the viewers aren't going to like it.
Yep.
And I've learned to trust that.
Mhm.
It's like, if I think it's cool, it's probably going to be cool. Most people, you can't please everybody.
Right.
But if we do something that you think is funny and I step back and go, oh, that's dumb. It's dumb.
Mhm.
Don't put it on the air.
Yep.
There's too many people trying to be comedians who are not.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, if it makes you cringe, it will make them cringe. Don't do it.
Yeah, we've been very intentional to build our channel around what we like.
Yeah.
We have friends in the industry, YouTubers, that have pigeonholed themselves to one specific thing.
Yes.
And I don't want to live that way. There's not a amount of success that's going to make me want to live that life.
Yeah.
So the really cool thing is if you look at our channel, like a year from now, we were painting an MG midget. And the last few months, we've been building a Peterbilt. It's literally just like what serves a purpose in our life that we enjoy. And then we put that out there.
That is the best thing. That's the best advice I could give somebody, because I did trucks for 7 years and I'm still known as the truck guy. But the first thing I did when I started doing gears is I did a 32 Roadster, and I started doing Jags and all these other things that are like, and people were like, well, I didn't know you could do that. You can't do that. You're a trucks guy. It's like, oh, no, you don't know anything about me. And I tried to do that as much as possible doing trucks, but that's one of the reasons that I stopped doing that show, because it's like, I can't do another lift kit on a Jeep.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you get so tired of the same thing.
I'm tired of it.
And you don't want to burn out.
No.
You want to do it with passion.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about family.
Yeah.
So
well, that's so funny that you say that, because I wanted to tag on to what we were just talking about via projects.
Yeah.
People say, when they meet us, they say, you know, I could care less what you're working on. I just watch for you guys and the family and y'all's relationship and how you support each other. And he teaches me and I encourage him. And our niece that works with us, she's been on the videos since she was 3 and now she's 13 and has her first project truck. Like, it's really cool when you put your heart into it and you communicate your values by lieu of just being yourself. Yeah, our audience says we don't care what you're working on.
Yeah, we have nothing without those small town values that we carry.
At the heart.
Yeah.
Anybody can work on cars, but we're here to show that you can be in a marriage, and you can like each other, and you can have fun together. It's this groundbreaking thing.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. I mean, there's so many guys that are like, or girls, whichever you're looking at it, that are like, this is my spot. She's not welcome. This is my secret spot. And there's women that do that, and that is death, I think, to a marriage. You have to bring them in, and they may not like it the same way, but they still like it. And usually the guys are like, well, I got my motorcycle and she won't ride on a motorcycle with me. It's like, well, would you ride on the back of a motorcycle looking at the back of your head?
Right.
Why don't you get her a motorcycle and let her ride one? Well, I never thought of that. It's like, probably she wants a bike of her own, or maybe a car of her own.
Yeah.
Or let her help you pick a color.
Get a drop top coupe where you can feel the breeze and be next to each other.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. We've always valued each other. Like, relationship comes
I can see
first.
that. Yeah, that's really
and
cool.
then everything from there will work out. And that's been probably the most special thing for us, like being together as kids, essentially, and growing up together and intentionally maturing together. Even though we were individuals and supporting each other in our individuality, we always said, like, hey, I want to be with you forever and you want to be with me forever. Let's do fun stuff. Like, let's have our life be really fun. And it's just really been cool to work, to exhibit that, to maybe even potentially inspire others. And then to hear the feedback from people that it does. Like, it's a huge deal, but to us, it's very simple. It's like, just be yourself. And
the really cool thing
I love that.
As far as owning a business together, like, one person can do the work of one person. But my experience has been 2 people that are unified can do the work of 5 people. Things just seem to go smoother, and we just get a lot more done.
I love that. And I love the thing you're saying. And you guys are saying all kinds of biblical references, without saying them. So let's just go there. Are you guys both spiritual people? Are you Christian people? What is your background?
And how
important is that? Because everything you're saying, working together,
it's very
2 are stronger than one, all that stuff, everybody knows. So let's talk about that.
Right. So we actually met in church. And we were going to youth group together. And I was going to youth group at a church that was walking distance from my house. But my dad was actually a minister at a church across town.
Oh, you're a preacher's kid.
I'm a preacher's kid.
That's why she wanted to be an actor.
Exactly. No, not so much. I was never defiant, ever.
I
was always a sweet kid. For us, our relationship with a higher power has evolved immensely over the years of us being together. Like, we grew up in church. We got married in the church that my dad was a minister of. And when he retired, like 5-6 years ago, we actually stopped going to a building for church, but church is so much more than that to us. Like, it's a relationship with God that grows through your relationship with other people. Like, God with skin on them. They're all around us. We're all God's children. We're all, you know, on our own journeys. And we've had a lot of opportunities to grow our relationship with a higher power and to learn how important that is. And, you know, when you go through struggles, you can either let it hinder you or you can let it make you stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've just learned a whole
If it doesn't
lot
kill you,
about
it makes you
that.
stronger.
Yeah. And it's been really,
Yeah.
really special. I'll let Aaron speak
Aaron,
on it a little
how
bit.
about you?
Yes.
Go on.
Yeah,
He's like,
well,
I don't recognize that at all.
I think you pretty
I know,
well
that's
summed
great.
it up. It's this is an interesting business that I'm in because
Yeah.
I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
So I'm a mechanic from way back,
Okay.
probably 10 lifetimes ago.
Okay.
So I'm the guy in the corner. Don't bother me. I'm going to build something.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm concentrating. Leave me
And my
alone.
brain has to be there. So I'm coming to events like this, and we're meeting people all day long,
Yeah.
signing autographs, and loving the experience. But
Yeah.
like, I have to rely on my higher power.
Yeah.
I've got to be praying through that process. Otherwise, I'll start getting agitated that people are bothering me.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing like the beauty of like what it's doing for them, it's inspiring them.
Yeah.
And so I rely on that to let me see like how amazing it is that these people have come to see me and show
Yeah.
up like that. It's a big deal.
You know, one of the things that we've talked about a lot, when I first started doing the shows and stuff, for years, people would come in and say, hey, we watched the show, we love the show, all those kind of things. And then about 5 to 7 years ago, the comments started to change.
Mm-hmm.
And people were starting to say, you're the only father I ever had.
Wow.
You are an influence that I never had a father.
Mm-hmm.
And these are heavy things. This is more than just
Yeah.
a car. You know, this is like you're that person. And it's like you take that very seriously. As we were growing up, you know, I'm not sure what your age is. I'm not going to ask. But
40s.
most of us that grew up, we had a father or an uncle or that. Well, with the divorce rate now that's over 50%, most kids don't have a dad.
Yep.
And they're not growing up with cars. And young girls don't have that father figure. So that is important
Mm-hmm.
for us to fill that gap
Yes.
because it's not being filled.
Yep.
And
that's not what we set out to do.
No.
It's a
You thought you were just building cool cars.
exactly.
But now people are looking at that and they're taking examples of what they're seeing in you guys and going, I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody really living out
Yep.
a Christian life
Mm-hmm.
other than what they're saying in church. This is somebody really doing it.
Yep.
And that's important. I'm glad to see you guys doing that.
Yes.
Your dad would be proud.
Yeah, he is. He is very
Okay,
proud.
so the question is, everybody's wanting to know this. What car did you drive away from your wedding?
Oh,
it had to be
yeah,
something
that's
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it?
We drove away in my first car,
Your first
which is
car?
a late model GTO. Her name's Roxy, an 05 GTO.
Okay.
So I got
that's-
that car when I was 18,
Yeah.
and my parents had to co-sign for us, but we made every payment. We
Yeah.
even refinanced it when we bought our house later. Like that car will stay around forever.
Okay, so you still have
So,
it.
oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
we rarely get rid of cars.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Um,
That's a whole nother
Yes,
thing.
yes. The number
You
continues to
will
rise.
eventually have to get rid of some of
Yeah.
them.
Eventually. No, they'll just all go to her,
Yeah.
the niece. But yeah, we left our wedding in Roxy, and then we took it on Hot Rod Power Tour for
Oh,
our
yeah.
wedding honeymoon.
Yeah.
And that was also quite an adventure.
How did you talk her into that?
That's what
I didn't.
everybody says.
Listen to this. I told her I would like to go to Italy because she had modeled in Italy and lived there a couple times.
Yeah.
But I was in the shop working. I never got to go.
Yeah.
So I was like, if we're going to spend a bunch of money, let's go to Italy and enjoy that. And she goes, no, I want to do power tour.
Wow.
I was like, oh,
That's like
oh darn.
you're like, oh man. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Twist my arm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a special event for us, and that was a memorable time. We met a lot of really important people to us in our lives
Yeah.
on that trip on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And then when we started the YouTube channel in 2015, we did a 408 stroker build on my GTO
Yeah. Yeah.
for that event. So the premiere of that build was on the event
Yeah.
on Power Tour. And that was 2015. So it's been 10 years, and
Yeah.
we continue to do that event every few years. And it's a very special one. In May,
Yeah.
we had our 18-year wedding anniversary. So we've already been married 18 years. and
Congratulations. That's
Together
so awesome.
24. So
That's
great.
awesome. Yeah. What is the future for you guys? What do you see? What would you like to do? Would you like to have your own shop, go back to customers? You're going to continue YouTube? You want to model again? Do you want to do, I mean, what's your
Yeah.
future? What do you think?
We're liking the
And that's
YouTube-
hard to answer.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, we're liking the YouTube thing. We just acquired a bigger shop.
Yeah.
So we've got a big shop now that we can work on 18-wheelers, and we have a
Yeah.
big boat. We'll be working on that. And as long as we are still having fun,
Yeah.
and YouTube is still working, we're going to go that direction.
Yeah.
We are going to branch off. See, we're in this cool place where we've learned that basically all the cars we ever wanted, we have.
Mm-hmm.
and it's been paid for by the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at that and we're going, we could also remodel some houses and things like that and start to build somewhat of a rental portfolio and have that second channel start paying for that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that'll break up the car, because mechanic can get monotonous and kind of boring sometimes.
Sure.
So I think,
and there's a lot of time involved to build a car that people don't know about.
There absolutely is.
And it's hard to, that's why they do the house stuff. It's very easy to remodel a bathroom.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like doing a door on a car.
Right.
It's like, let me focus on a door. That's boring.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to branch in that direction. I mean, we'll keep doing the car stuff because that's working and we're loving it.
Yeah.
But I think we'll just branch out and kind of expand a little bit, get a little bigger portfolio.
Nice. Now, how can they find you?
Flying Sparks Garage on YouTube.
Flying Sparks Garage.
Yes, sir. We do weekly uploads there of whatever we're working on, whether if it's a Peterbilt or a Miata or a Duramax swap yacht. Like that's what we're doing. We're doing whatever we're into.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, I'm Emily Reeves.
Okay.
And Pilot Reeves, because we also love to fly.
Yes.
And Flying Sparks Garage on Instagram, and same on Facebook.
Thank you for being here.
We're so thankful for the conversation. You were just awesome.
All right, that's our show for today, which means you need to get out there and start working on something. Spend some time turning wrenches. You might be surprised how much you like it. Make sure you check out our website, staceydavid.com, because we've got all kinds of new products and some other great stuff that you're just going to love. Also, make sure to check out our social media. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Official Stacey David. Our social media is where you're going to find all of the bonus content, the giveaways, the contests, the trivia. We even have extra viewer projects that focus on what you are working on. Also, the new season of Gears will be on MAV TV, and YouTube will be the place that you can view all of your favorite Gears episodes, as well as the full project builds that follow the project from beginning to end. But the most important thing is get out there and turn some wrenches yourself. Get a project, start working on it, and if you don't have tools, check out Cornwell. They can help you out there. All right, that's all the announcements. We're all up to date. We'll see you next time.